Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Bob Lucido, and once again, this is the Bearcat Training Camp. Wow, what an amazing start. We're only a couple of weeks in. We already know why we're here. We've blocked off space within our lives for Beachbody to live by blocking off Beachbody time into our calendar. We've started getting active already by building those daily disciplines into our daily habits and building in our minimum amount of activities that we're committed to get done on a regular basis. We've learned the 50-10 rule so that we've got enough activity in our business to put us on pace for success. Now, there's a reason why I gave you all that stuff in the beginning, and it's because, as I said way back in lesson number 1, we want to get active right away. And action 5 to 6 days a week is what builds momentum, and that's what drives success in this business. Okay, so we're going to leave those aside for the next couple of sessions, but I want you to understand that you're going to continue with those. Okay, those don't go away. Sometimes people learn the daily disciplines, hey, 2 to 5 exposures a day, and the follow-ups, and the being a team player, and they do it for a week or two, and then, oh, that's something I learned before, kind of thing, right? No, that is the lifeblood of your business, whether you're a brand new coach or whether you're someone like me who's been in this for a while. So let's at least all understand that much, that even though we're not going to be talking about those things as much as we move forward, those are the things that are going to be continuing on a daily basis. And you're going to be following along in your journal, keeping notes on whatever personal development you choose to be doing along with this, taking notes on these sessions, obviously, and also journaling what's going on in your business, okay? And after we talk about what we're going to deal with today, you'll see another opportunity to be digging back into your journal and your calendar. What I want to do today is talk about how we start to personalize things. Everybody's business looks a little bit different, and that's a beautiful thing in this business. There are some sort of backbone core activities and strategies and business plans that help in general to move everybody forward, and that's the stuff that we're sharing and focusing on. But it's also important to understand there are a lot of options in how to build this business, and a lot of it's going to have to do with your personality, with your likes and your dislikes, with what you're good at, and how you want to pursue this so that it's something that remains fun and exciting, and that you can remain enthusiastic and continue to be fulfilling for you. That's what we want to do with this. If being a Beachbody coach is any kind of a goal of yours, then it's because it's something you want to do, because it's fulfilling, and because it's fun and exciting, okay? So we want to start to bring that personal touch in, and the first place that we're going to start is to help to sort of bring some nuances in on the activities that you're building into that Beachbody time. Now, remember, I started you off by saying just fill in the daily disciplines into those time blocks for now, and then we'll sort of come back to that and tighten things up or tweak things. And here's where it gets a little individual. So let me start by saying again, don't take the daily disciplines out. They're still all in there. But what we're going to talk about are some activities that will help to get you those 2 to 5 exposures and your follow-ups and all of the things that you're doing in your daily disciplines, and will enhance how you're implementing the sharing cycle. So the first thing we need to ask are, what are your goals with this business? How do you want this business to look? What's fun in this business to you? What's interesting to you? What's exciting to you? What attracted you to the business in the first place? What makes you think this is something that you want to do? Which part of this is something that you can see yourself doing and really enjoying doing? And in the beginning, you might not have a lot of answers to that, and that's okay, because one of the things we're going to ask you to do if you're brand new is to try out a bunch of these different things and kind of figure out, where's your niche? Where do you really thrive. Okay, but here's a few ideas, a few options. Are you going to build by fit clubs? There's been some fantastic businesses built by building in person, building in your local and surrounding communities, building fit clubs, sharing face-to-face and in person in that group atmosphere. That's one way to do it. There are people who build 99 to 100% in a social media avenue, on Facebook or on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. All of those are great options of avenues where you may fit your business. Some people utilize the shake and share, getting out and getting samples to people in a sort of festive sharing environment. I've got a whole team of coaches in my organization, some of who now are 5-star diamond and above, multiple time elite coaches, who began simply driving around to wherever they could get a location to set up a shake and share. And if you don't know what a shake and share is, it's just simply sharing Shakeology samples. You're going to set up a table somewhere with a blender and hopefully a couple of different flavors and some literature and some pamphlets and third-party tools, right? Maybe have some of the videos going. There's plenty of opportunities to learn the specifics of how to do that, but that's one option. The folks on my team who did that, they kind of went around to different health clubs or gyms or any place really where they could get an opportunity. And they made that a weekly or bi-weekly or multiple times a week part of their business. So that's an option. There are people who travel around to trade shows and set up in that kind of setting, the sort of amped up version of getting out and doing shake and shares. Of course, everybody's familiar with building by challenge groups, and having challenge groups online or even challenge groups in person are becoming a new thing. There's also getting out there and honing your ability to do the business opportunity presentation and going around to folks who are going to be interested in potentially joining you as a business partner. Either going around to business entities who may be able to dovetail real nicely with what we do as Beachbody Coaches, or individuals who are interested in coming in and looking at the business opportunity primarily. Okay, those are all different options, and you're going to mix and match, and I'm sure I didn't cover them all because, like I said, there are just so many different ways that you can operate your business, understanding way back to what we talked about in the beginning. The main thing is we're just sharing. And where can we find more people to share with? Where can we find and connect with more people to bring into our funnel so that we can build some relationships, we can develop some trust, and we can offer the opportunity for positive life change in health, fitness, or building wealth, because that's what we do. All these little details about how we find the people and how we connect with the people, excuse me, are exactly that, just the details. Okay? So, step one, what does your business look like? And what do you want it to look like? Okay? And if you're in the beginning, I'm going to kind of help you through this and give you some parameters to work with. But what we're doing is setting our parameters. If we're going to grow, then we have to set some goals, and we have to have some growth indicators that we're going to track and continue to analyze and bring back into our business to retweak what we're doing on a regular basis, making sure that we're growing forward, but not only growing forward, but growing forward on purpose. Growing forward within a structure, within a plan that has a likelihood to get us to our goals. It's cool that this business has all those different options that I talked about, but that can be a double-edged sword because sometimes we get lost going down avenues that really don't have anything to do with the way we're building our business. And if we don't develop a good set of growth indicators that make sense to our business and our goals right from the beginning, then we have a tendency to waffle back and forth and let's just say we don't want to do that. Okay, we want to have a focus. We talked about this in the beginning when we were going through our why. We want to focus, we want laser direction, I want a target that I can see that's just glowing out there so I know I'm going to hit it. So what we're going to talk about today are what we call key performance indicators. These are going to be the things, the metrics that you're going to track in your business, in your journal, in your calendar. We're going to set up a set of performance indicators that make sense for your goals, and then we're going to match some activities that have a likelihood of driving success with those indicators, which, voila, should get us to your goals. All right? We want it to all make sense so that when you sit down and plan your Beachbody time and we fill out those blocks, we're thinking in the back of our head, daily disciplines, am I getting those in? And now we're going to have another layer, and that layer is going to be key performance indicator activities. Am I putting activities in that make sense to the indicators that make sense to my goals? You know, am I spending time trying to get people into a fit club if I said that I'm going to be a 99% Facebook person growing my business? Well, what? I don't know. How do I at least have a plan how I'm going to connect those things? If not, then we need to rethink that. If so, then cool. But let's make sure that from the beginning, as we're setting and scheduling our activities, we know they're the ones that make sense for our own personal growth indicators that are going to drive us to our own personal goals. Okay? So what does that look like? Let me break it down one more level and just say that I'm going to suggest that you have 3 to 5 performance indicators for the personal growth of your business, and then another 3 to 5 for the organizational growth of your business. Okay, and that's only for people in this group if you're 2-star diamond and above. If you're 2-star diamond and below, forget about those organizational ones for now, okay? Because your focus should be on the personal growth factors first, until you get to that 2-star diamond level. That's my own personal opinion. Until then, you're leveraging the organization that you're in. You're not thinking really organizational building quite yet, okay? My personal opinion. So let me give you a few examples so you know what those look like. First of all, for everybody, if you're brand new, and in fact anybody in this group, I suggest that at a minimum on the personal side, you are tracking Success Club points and exposures, okay? Because we talk about those 2 to 5 exposures, and it sounds cool. It's not as easy as it sounds, right? Otherwise, everybody would be a rock star. To actually get those in 5 to 6 days a week, week after week after week, month after month after month. You know, 12 to 24 months isn't a very long time in the big sense of things, but the truth is, anything that you're trying to do daily for that amount of time is a bit challenging. So we want to make sure that we're doing those things, and I suggest you build those into your key performance indicators. We want to be Success Club 5 or 10 at least every single month, so I want to be tracking those. We want these things to be things that you can track numerically on a weekly basis, because weekly we're going to be making sure that they're all moving forward. Excuse me. And then monthly we're going to analyze how things have been going, and we're either going to change some activities, we're going to enhance our time into some that are, you know, kicking butt, we're going to figure out why some activities aren't moving things forward, and we're going to continue to shuffle until we get the right recipe for each individual. Everybody's business is going to look a little bit different. If we can help get you the recipe for you, then all these kinds of cool things happen, like personal branding and developing your niche, and you hear about those things. Those things kind of happen when you approach the business the right way. I see people trying to develop those things from the other way, and well, in my experience and opinion, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so everybody's going to have Success Club point tracking, exposure tracking. If you're brand new in the business, track your follow-ups. Your key performance indicators might be how close am I sticking to those daily disciplines. That might be it for you. If you're building by Fit Club, and that's something you want to do, it might be how many new Fit Club members or how many new guests am I getting each week? If you're building by Shake and Shares, how many Shake and Shares am I getting in each week? How many home parties am I getting to each week? How many opportunities to create public sharing am I generating? Am I doing, how many business opportunities am I getting into if that's the place that I want to go to? If you're building on social media, how many new likes am I getting a week? How many new friends am I getting a week? How are my ad campaigns working? Or, if you're on YouTube or Instagram, what are the parameters and metrics that are indicators of growth in that area? They become your, or some of your key performance indicators. And then you may have some that are income related, rank related, volume related. Those are all opportunities to drive growth in a certain direction and give you the ability to track that, okay? One for me, especially in the beginning, was, I was on the fast track to try to build income because I was trying to replace a full-time income from a career I had been in for 20 years. So I always, and even to today, have had and continue to have as one of my performance indicators, diamond level cycles. And we'll talk about the team cycle bonus portion of the comp plan as an income generator for us, but just take it from me now, it's the most powerful place where we can drive income, and the diamond level cycle is the key. Once you make it to diamond, you're getting $18 per cycle. And that doesn't change after that. Doesn't matter if you're 15-star diamond or diamond, you get $18 a cycle. Now your rank is going to limit how many of those cycle payouts you can get per week, but in an organizational sense, you may have many opportunities and places where you can drive those. For me, I have my primary business center, I have a second business center, I have a third business center. My wife Shiva has a business center, and they're all different ranks. And so, but for this performance indicator, I'm not really looking at rank, I'm looking at where can I create some new diamond level cycles, because they're $18, no matter which center they come from. Where can I generate the most? Because there may be a new rock star that came in, under my third business center that's the lowest ranked one of the crop, but it might be a great area where if I can get in and team up with that person and help that person out or mentor that person or really give some time, that I might be able to help grow some volume in there. Maybe that's where I want to think about personally sponsoring my new people. In areas where I can drive volume that is going to increase diamond level cycles. Okay, but you get the point. It's a parameter, it's a metric that I have chosen that makes sense to one of my organizational goals, which is driving income growth. So that's something I'm going to pay attention to across my business, and I'm going to pay attention to it on a weekly basis, and I'm going to make sure that on a weekly basis I have activities in my calendar that are focused on that. And I just talked about what some of those might be. Okay, and that's that's just a few examples. It might be number of new challengers coming into your challenge groups. It might be some of those social media things. It might be number of new downline coaches coming in, number of personally sponsored coaches. If one of your goals is elite this year, then it might be some of the elite parameters. How many of your personally sponsored coaches from this year and last year are in Success Club this month? And watching them, knowing who they are and watching them on a weekly basis, counting their Success Club points. That's a sort of organizational one. The personal ones are what are the direct things that are going to grow my personal business forward, either rank, volume, income, whatever that may be, those sort of things. Organizational is what's driving my organization forward. I talked about, when we talked about the pace, I talked about duplication and how important duplication is in this business. Another one of my performance indicators, all the way back from the beginning, has always been how many of my team are participating in these training opportunities that we're presenting. If I want duplication, then I can't have two coaches in my organization who are joining me in these things, right? And what's been something I've always driven on our team, and it's one of the reasons why we've had great duplication. I'm looking right now at a downline of somewhere around 30,000 people. I've probably personally sponsored maybe 100 or 150 of those people. Where do they all come from? They came from the duplication and the power of duplication by making sure that one of my goals has always been business partner growth and business partner coach number, and I'm always looking for it, and I'm always pushing it. It's a growth indicator that I've set since the beginning, and I focus on it when I sit down each week and fill out my schedule, and it's something I track. All right, so I want you to do the same thing. 3 to 5 indicators for your personal business growth, 3 to 5 indicators for your business organizational growth. And again, if you're brand new, and that goes all the way up to 2-star diamond, just focus on the personal for now, and lock those in, because the next step is, and there is a next step, because we got to make sure that it might be cool to have those indicators. Now, what are the activities that make those move forward? So now, once you have your 3 to 5 indicators, okay, now put those as the heading of a list, and now list out 3 to 5 of the top activities that would drive growth in that area. Okay, if I'm building my Fit Club and I'm counting new Fit Club members, one of my activities, of course, has to be, how am I getting the word out there? Okay, am I pushing a Facebook ad? Am I putting flyers up all over town? Am I networking with different websites from other people who may be partnering with me in this thing? Wherever the place is that I'm going to have this thing, where's the property? Do they have a website? Do they have an ability to help me get the word out? Radio stations, newspapers, whatever. Those are some activities that are going to help that, right? Get my invitations up, okay? And each indicator will have the same thing. There'll be a few activities that would drive success on that indicator. For me, pushing diamond level cycles means, number one, figuring out where's there room for that. Where do I have in any of the CBCs that are under my control and in my family, where I have strength volume that is not being completely eaten up or not being completely cycled or matched by weak side. Okay, there's an opportunity because I've got some volume over here. Any place I'm collecting carryover means I'm leaving money on the table. Okay, well, there's a place where I can spend some time. What are some of the activities I can do? I can spend some time reaching out to all the coaches over there, personally sponsored or not. Can I find a rock star who wants to join up with me and partner up for the next 30, 60, 90 days and help boost that person's business up, which is going to boost volume up, which is going to push team cycle bonuses in that area for me. Maybe I'll sponsor some new people over there. Maybe I'll find out that there's somebody over there doing shake and shares, and they're within close enough proximity that maybe I'll drive an hour a couple of days a week so I can go be present at their shake and shares or home parties or fit club or do a webinar for them on on a business opportunity presentation or any of that stuff. Okay, those are activities that I can assign to my blocked out time that I know have a direct relationship to one of my key performance indicators, so I know that I'm spending my time being productive, not just active. I'm going to take time to do activities that have a high likelihood of moving forward in an area that I have indicated is important to me. It makes sense to the goals that I have for my business, what I want my business to look like. All right? And you're going to go through each one of those. And then you're going to have a set, if you do 3 to 5, let's say you do 4. Let's say everybody has 4 key performance indicators, and let's say you get 3 activities for each one. We've now got 12 activities that you can place into those Beachbody blocks that you created in your calendar, alongside the daily disciplines. And you'll notice that most of them will match up anyways. Most of these things are going to be in some way related to the sharing cycle, and they're going to be helping you get your 2 to 5 exposures. They're going to be a part of how you're doing your follow-ups. They're going to be a part of how you're being a team player. All of those things. But they're going to be trackable, and they're going to help you run your business on purpose. And if you remember, that was one of the first goals we set out here, all right? Man, we've only gone a few steps here, couple of short weeks. You're already on pace for success. You've got a great direction set out to meet the goals that you want to meet. Let's just get out there, stay active, stay focused, do things on purpose, and get moving. See you next time.